In this video, I'm going to cover a topic that most of you learned in school, but when I hear students speaking, you either don't use these enough or you don't pronounce them correctly. So what I'm talking about is the contractions. Now I know that most of you learned the contractions are informal speech, and so a lot of you have trained yourselves to automatically use the full form. But the truth is, the full form is really good for writing, but it's not so good for speaking. So what we need to remember is that in general, English speakers like to make things easy and quick. That's why we use things like the flap T, the schwa, and contractions are also another tool or thing that helps us do this. So if you want to sound fluid like a native speaker, you almost always should use contractions. This video is part 1. We're going to take a look at some basic contractions with the verb to be in present simple and also with the future tense. So let's get started. Hopefully everybody is familiar with the pronouns. I, you, he, she, it, we, they. In this video, we're also going to add there and that. So let's start with present simple with the verb to be. With I, we have I'm. I'm hungry. With you, we have you're. You're. Notice, I'm not saying your. That's how you can pronounce it if you're speaking slowly. Your. But if you're speaking at a regular pace, you say you're. You're gonna need an umbrella, or you're gonna be late. Next we have he, he's, she, she's, it, it's, we, were. Notice, I'm not saying we're. That's how I would say it if I was speaking really slowly. If I'm speaking at a normal pace, I say were. We're gonna need to make a reservation, or we're gonna run out of gas if we don't stop. They, there. I'm not saying they're. I'm just saying there. They're gonna get there before us, or they're gonna bring some food. And finally, that's. Okay, so that's the positive. Let's check out the negative. With the negative, with I, we have I'm not. You, you're not. You're not, or you aren't. He, he's not, or he isn't. She, she's not, or she isn't. It's not, or it isn't. It isn't. Do you notice I'm using a flap T sound here? It isn't. We're not. We're not ready. We're not going. Or we aren't. They're not. Or they aren't. There's not. Or there aren't. And that's not, or that isn't. So that's it. Present simple, the verb to be, positive and negative. Now let's check out the future. So for I, we have I'll. For you, we have you'll. Not you'll. He, we have he'll, not heel, it's he'll. He'll get there before us. He'll be hungry. He'll be tired. She'll bake a cake. It'll. It'll. Notice the flap T. It'll. For we have will. Will. It's not wheel. That's how you say it if you're speaking really slowly. We'll need to rent a car. If you're speaking at a normal pace, it'll be will. We'll need to rent a car. Like that. They. They'll. They'll probably bring a salad. They'll. Not they'll. They'll. There'll. There'll be new people at the party. Or there'll be plenty of parking. And finally, that. That'll. Again, I'm using a flap T. That'll be all. Or that'll be the end. So, there we go. We just covered the contractions with present simple, the verb to be positive, negative, and the future. So now that you know how to pronounce these correctly, you should start inserting them and using them as much as you can while you're speaking, and that way you'll boost up your English.